Yeah, you're gonna hit the tripod? Okay, just hang out, okay? Alright, well, hello everybody, my name is Megan. If you're new to my channel, welcome to return and welcome back. This is Pokey. You can't see her, but that's who I was talking to. She's my little kitty cat. If you can also tell by the title of today's video, I'm doing that like top 3 from every category video that was going around for a little bit. I think I'm a little bit late to the party, but I always am, so what's new? A lot of these categories, well, I'll explain when I get there, but some things I don't have 3 for, some things I bent the rules because ultimately it's whatever I want to put out. I'm wearing a very bold lip today. I'm very uncomfortable, but I was watching Michaela Eileen. I was catching up on her Project Pan because I've been, literally when I took my 2-month break, I did not even watch a YouTube video. So I was like catching up on some of her stuff, and she was wearing a really bright like lip in one of her Project Pan videos. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do that too. So here I am with my bright lip. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into my top 3 in every category. So for starters, let's go ahead and start off with primer. My top 3 for my primer categories, I have 3 different primers. This is the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Base. I've used a good chunk out of it. Literally, honestly, like the littlest bit goes the longest way. That was weird. The littlest bit of that stuff goes the longest way, but it's really great for just filling in pores that need to be filled in. If I'm going for more of like, I need my makeup to last forever, I need a sticky base, I love, love, love the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. This stuff is tacky. It like, oh my god, I'm throwing everything everywhere. It secures your makeup down. I love it. Super affordable. 10 out of 10. Definitely recommend that one. And then if I'm going for something a little bit more hydrating, I love my Fenty Soft Silk Pro Filter Hydrating Primer. Again, it just goes on really smooth. It lays a really, really nice base for my makeup to adhere, or like to, you know, sit on. I can't go wrong with any of those 3. For like foundation type makeup, I don't really wear foundation a lot often, so this is one of those categories where I only have one for it. And that one is the Glossier Perfecting Skin Tint. Mine is in the shade G11. Probably should have gone G12, but I can make G11 work. I love this. It does the littlest bit, but it really does something, and I don't really know how to explain it aside from like it makes my skin look so good. For concealers, I have 3. For just like a little bit of highlighting, concealing, nothing too heavy duty. I really like the LA Girl Pro Conceal, the HD concealer. Mine's in the shade Fairest. But yeah, I think it blends really well. It looks really good on the skin. I really enjoy it. I also love, love, love the Glossier Stretch Concealer. It's what I'm wearing today. I have this in 2 different shades. I have G12 as well as G11. I am obsessed with this stuff. I literally, like, I'm trying to use my other concealers, but I don't want to because, like, I love this so much. It doesn't, like, you know, cover up everything, but I think it does just a great job of, like, evening out and highlighting, and oh my god, my cat is going crazy. And then for more of a full coverage sort of deal, I love the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. Mine is in the shade Fair Rose, but again, I just think that this is such a great formula. I think it helps make my eyes not look like dry and crepey. It has such a big doe foot applicator. It's so easy to blend, super affordable, can't go wrong with it. For my top 3 face powders, this one's kind of cheating because I only have 3 face powders, so like, here we are. But I have my Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Setting Powder. This thing has been a cult classic for I couldn't even tell you how long. But yeah, I think it does a great job locking and setting, like, oh my god. Setting down my makeup, locking it into place. I really enjoy it. I think it's beautiful. I love, love it. I've honestly had this exact one for like 5 years. Like it's gonna take me forever to get through this thing, which is another plus. I am also obsessed with the Glossier Wowder. This is in the shade G11, G12. I think this is just so pretty. It lays so nicely on the skin. It locks makeup into place without making me look dry and cakey. I just think it's so, so beautiful. Like under the eyes, I have it today with my Glossier concealer. I just think it looks so beautiful, so smooth, and I love this. And then my last powder is a pressed powder. This is the Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade 110 Porcelain. I think this is a great powder for just all over the face, but also for like, you know, setting and locking in makeup. But usually what I'll do is I will, the days that I do end up using that, I will put on my concealer, you know, set it with one of these guys, one of my loose powders, and then just take a big fluffy brush, put it into here, and then just dust it all over my face to kind of even everything out. But again, I think it's just such a great powder with like a little bit of coverage. It's not gonna like totally cover everything, it's a powder, but I really enjoy it. So moving on, I guess let's go ahead and do my blushes. I have 3 liquid blushes and then 2 powder blushes. If you saw my last video, which was ranking my blushes, I'll go ahead and have that linked right here up in the cards. But these should be no surprise. My top 3 blushes for my liquids are my Fenty Beauty in the shade Bliss, my Nude Sticks Tahiti Hottie, as well as my Glossier Cloud Paint in the shade Dusk. I go into more detail about my blushes in that last video, but these are just all so gorgeous. They last a really, really long time. They blend really well. They look beautiful on the skin. All the good things about those 3 blushes. And then for powder blushes, I only have 2. But I have my Milani Luminoso as well as my MAC Sincere. Both of these, I love the formula. This one has a little bit of a sheen to it. I just think it makes the cheeks look so like gorgeous and like lit from within and just beautiful. This one's more on the matte side, but that's okay. It's still a really, really great color. They both last a really long time, and I just love everything about both of these blushes. For highlighter, I have 3 in total. So one of them is a cream and then 2 of them are powders. For my cream highlight, I have the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Illuminator with hyaluronic acid. I am wearing this today. If you can tell, I have just, it's like a beautiful, like, kind of a wet glow, but like not totally wet, but like still kind of lit from within, but like also a little bit. It's beautiful. This is in the shade Moonstone. I love this. How I will apply it is I will take it and I'll roll it up like this. So you can see there's just like a little bit out. And I will take a multi-use like face brush and I will just put it on and then apply it to the high points of my face from the brush. And I just think it looks so beautiful and just delicious, and I love it. And so definitely one of my top 3. These 2 are from varying price points now. But for my first powder, I have my e.l.f. Shimmering Highlighting Powder. This is in the shade Shimmering Pearl Glow. And I can never get this open. There we go. But this is what it looks like. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous powder. It's like a very, you know, white champagne undertone with like gold flecks in it. So I just think it looks gorgeous on literally every skin tone. But yeah, it's just absolutely stunning. I love everything about it. It's so smooth, but like also it can be, you know, toned down a little bit, very natural, but it can also be very in your face and like, boom, look at me. And I just love it. Plus it's like $6, which I think is pretty great. Now on the total opposite side of the spectrum, I have my Marc Jacobs Worth the Wait highlighter. This one is a disaster, but it looks like this. It's the same like kind of color, you know, it's that very white champagne gold. But again, this just on the cheeks looks so gorgeous, very like, I don't even know how to describe it. I love it. It's one of my favorite highlighters ever. Okay, and then for bronzer, contour, bronzer, whatever, and I guess an honorable mention for the highlights as well. Let's go ahead and start off with the powders. So in here, this is my Charlotte Tilbury Mini Film Star Bronze and Glow. It looks like this. I did have it for the bronzer, but I also do love the highlight. The highlight is a very, very natural, subtle highlight. So if you do not want to be like, hey, I'm wearing highlight today, look at me go, and you just want very like natural, subtle highlight, this is the way to go. It is so incredibly gorgeous, so smooth. I love it. And as for the bronzer, I think it's such a great color for just like a nice contour. But yeah, I mean, everything is it's so blendable. It's just perfection. Absolute perfection, especially because I struggle with finding like bronzers and like contours and stuff because I'm so incredibly pale. I love this. I also have my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is the original butter bronzer. I really like it. It can be very, very overwhelming for me. I need to use the absolute lightest hand, but this is so beautiful. I mean, again, another cult classic. It blends beautifully. It has so much pigmentation. Like, it is just such a great bronzer. Like, there's nothing, obviously, like, I love all of these products, so I feel so repetitive being like, oh, it's so great, but like, I love it. Yeah, definitely a favorite for me. And then for more of like a glowy sort of a bronze look, I have my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer in the shade Luminous Bronze Light. That's a mouthful. Here we go. It is just so like, it's a baked product, so it's not matte. It's definitely shimmery, but like it up when applied just looks so like delicious. I don't even know how else to describe it. It just makes your skin look so healthy and lit from within. And like, these are expensive bad boys, I'm not gonna lie. I think this was like 24 bucks, but I am so glad that I bought it. And I know it's gonna last me forever because bronzers always do. You need the littlest bit, it blends beautifully, and it just makes you look so incredibly sun-kissed and beautiful, and I love it. So now for my 3 like cream bronzers, because I just have a lot of bronzer and I love my bronzers. So this one is the Milk Makeup bronzing stick in the shade Baked. Mine's broken, which really sucks because like I can't, you know, but I am very lightly wearing this today, and I just think it's such a great color for me. It blends beautifully. It's not like super matte, but it's also not super like dewy, shiny. You know, it has a very like natural look on the skin, and I just think it's gorgeous. Color's gorgeous, texture of it, everything about this is amazing. I just wish that it wasn't broken because I would like to use the product that, you know, but here we are. I also have my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour Wand. This is the Easy Contour. This is the shade Fair Medium. This stuff is dark. Like, in no world should anything be like fair all the way to medium in my personal opinion, because like that's just a range. But this is dark. So whenever I use it, I have to use a really, really like little bit, like be very, very careful about where I'm putting it, blend it out super well, because otherwise it is just like you have dark brown stuff smeared all over your face, you know? But when done correctly, stunning. And it has that little bit of like a natural like shift to it. So like it's not matte, but it's not dewy. It's just like luminous, and it's so beautiful, and I love everything about this. And then lastly, we have my Huda Beauty Tantour in the shade Fair. I'm struggling today. Spilled everything. This is your more like typical like matte cream bronzer. So beautiful. I love the color for this. This is so easy to blend out. My favorite way to do it is I will just take a damp beauty blender and full on just in and then like pat it on, and it is stunning. I love this product. It is just gorgeous, and it's gonna last me forever, which is gonna be really, really nice because I'm never gonna have to repurchase it. But no, I definitely recommend these. These were really popular for a hot second, and there's a reason that they are. It's just like so easy to use, so blendable. I think she has a pretty wide range of colors as well, which is also really nice. But yeah, definitely recommend that one. And then I think we're down to my last 2 categories, which is gonna be lipsticks and then lip glosses. So for lipsticks, I have my ColourPop Ultra Blotted Lip in the shade Zuma. This is a little pinkier than I normally go for. However, the formula is just so nice. It's beautiful. Well, the way I do this is I will like just kind of dot it on with the applicator, and then I'll like pat it in, tap it in with my fingers. And it is just stunning. It is such a good formula. It lasts for a really long time. It's like not quite a stain, but like it's definitely not pigmented, you know, like it's a blotted lip, and it gives off that effect. But I just think it's so gorgeous. I love everything about this. I wear it all the time. Stunning. As for sticks, I have the Glossier Generation G lipstick in the shade in the shade Leo. Looks like this, just a very dark terracotta brown, sort of a matte lip crayon. I love this. It has a very, very strong floral smell. Heads up. But if that's gonna bother you, then like do not buy this. But if that doesn't bother you, and you're looking for something really, really nice, and like it also kind of gives you that like blended or blotted like sort of a vibe. It's not super like pow lipstick, but it can be. Or else if you want something a little bit like lighter, a little bit like more easygoing, you can just kind of, my cat is crazy. Okay. Anyway, definitely glad I picked this up. And then lastly, for my lipsticks, I have the MAC lipstick line. I love the MAC lipsticks. I have 3 of them currently. This one's a matte, and it's in the shade Love You Back, and I just think that it is such a pretty neutral undertone, like nude lipstick. I'm actually obsessed with this. I got this in a BoxyCharm, and I could not be happier. I've had Faux and I've had Velvet Teddy for the longest time, but this is like the perfect mix of the two. Like Faux's a little too pink for me, Velvet Teddy's a little too like orange terracotta for me sometimes. So this is just like straight up the middle, neutral, nude, and I love it. It can be worn with warm tone looks, cool tone looks, anything, and it is just phenomenal. And then lastly, I have 3 lip glosses. So for starters, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the Fenty Glow Gloss Bomb from Fenty Beauty. I mean, these are wildly popular for good reason. This is like that universal lip shade, although I think technically they're all like universal lip shades. Like that's kind of like the whole point of the brand. But I love this. It looks so good, whether it's like a minimum makeup day or like if I wanted to, I could pop it on over this lip and like have it look super like amazing. It goes with everything. The formula, it's not sticky. It's like a very nice, but it's not like slick either. It's like you're definitely wearing something, but like it feels very like nourishing and moisturizing. And I don't know how else to describe it. It's a great lip gloss. I also have my Buxom lip gloss. This is the shade Peach Daiquiri. I want to say this is the plumping lip, or the lip polish. So this one's a little more warm tone, which is really nice. I have White Russian as well, which has been a cult classic for I couldn't even tell you how long. But sometimes I'm just a little too like cool tone, so if I'm wearing something a little more warm, want to like bring some life back to my face, I will go for this one. It's just so beautiful, and it has that little bit of plumping, so if you don't like the cooling plumping sensation, then I definitely would avoid these. But like, they last, they smell really good, they just feel nice. It's not, again, it's not gloppy, it's not like super sticky and stringy. I mean, if you like really like layered up, it will be. But I just think these are so gorgeous, and like I love them. And then lastly, this is just a totally clear lip gloss. This is the Glossier lip gloss. Can you guys tell I like Glossier? This one can be sticky again if you put on too much of it, but if you're like just really, you know, easy going with it, it gives you just this beautiful like glass-like shine. It's so shiny. It can be a little bit sticky and it can be a little bit gloppy if you put on too much, but like I said, if you just kind of like go in easy with it, it's great. Super comfortable. I love it. So that is my top 3 products in every category. I said that I love them a lot. I don't really know what else we were expecting. We know that my vocabulary is not fantastic. And here we are. We're talking about my favorite products. So like, obviously I'm gonna love them. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'd appreciate if you give it a thumbs up down below and left a comment if you felt inclined to do so. If you want to see more of me in the future, I'm not sure I but hey teacher, I'm not gonna judge you. Go ahead and subscribe down below as well. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and night, wherever you're at, and I'll see you in the next one.